Hello, and welcome to my channel, Butterfly Child Tarot, where we allow the inner child to light the way forward with the divine support, empowerment, integration, and wisdom that is brought by the divine parents within us, the divine masculine and the divine feminine. We do not leave not one divine opportunity for advancement on the table. That's how we roll here. And if that's how you roll, welcome. If this reading resonates with you, consider clicking that subscribe button. I am open for private sessions. And with that being said, today we are going to focus on the spirit of doubt. I was just taking a bath and I got this download about doubt. It really goes along with a lot of the videos I've been doing. A lot of who I am meant to serve and who I intend to serve are those that are on an awakening journey. You may feel very alone, and even though you may find that there are some people around you that understand, even within those groups of people, you still feel like, as you know, this journey is one that is taken solo. And I know for a fact that what it is that I have received will be able to support a lot of you that I already know, and some of you guys that are finding me. So welcome. All right, let's see. Guides, angels, ancestors, ascended masters, beings of love and light, Sophia Dragon Tribe, we call upon you at this time. What does the collective need to hear about the spirit of doubt and how she is playing at us now, how she is playing out now? Thank you. Archangel Michael, please protect against any distorting energies and or intentions. Okay, so we have the first card is the Ace of Earth. We have a windfall of abundance, wise counsel, a good fortune, an exciting career opportunity, a lucrative contract, a significant purchase like a home or vehicle. This young woman, this young little girl, really, I should not say woman, is on this golden path. She's on a yellow brick road, is she not? Lined with flowers. And what's in that building is going to open her up. It's a school. It's her kingdom. It's her training. And it's going to set her up for life. And this is not just about a manifestation. So many of you guys get wrapped up in wanting the things. So many of us, I will continue to correct myself and say us, because this is a reading for all of us. But we get so wrapped up in the material. And yet she's not. She's not, and that's why. She's got her bunny, she's got her book. She's looking at you like, hey, I'm taking my sweet time, but I'm getting there. She's not running to this beautiful mansion. She's walking. And the door is wide open for her. We get so caught up on what we want, and a lot of that is what drives us on a spiritual process. But when we are not aware of the now, we are on this beautiful path right now, and the less we see it, the more we start to lose sight. And that's where the spirit of doubt comes in. Because we have the ace, we have double aces here. We have the Ace of Fire, an amazing opportunity. Be bold, courageous, and optimistic. Now is the time to take action. Do what you're passionate about. There's a lot of distraction energy. And as I look at the Four of Cups here, failing to recognize the magical opportunity, missing the point, the distractions of daily life, discontentment or boredom, lost in your own world, wake up. Listen, so many of you guys are receiving this message because the darker energies, the devil energies, whatever you want to call it, what the other side of this spiritual warfare is genuinely working through people. Remember, we are DIA agents, divine intelligence agents. And the more you forget that, the more you get lost in your cover of I am Mary Lou, or I am Andy, or I am this and I am that. Yes, you are. But you are also something so much more. And there's only so much room for that in regular sign readings. People are wanting to know about the happenings specifically going on in their lives right now. Why? Because they want to control. And that's okay, because even in that field, even in that environment, in any environment, you can still offer seeds of divine knowledge, wisdom, that will grow into beautiful, beautiful trees that have a beautiful bounty. It only takes a second to hear it, but this angel behind him is trying to get his attention, and he's focused over here. Because you don't see it, but there's another being over here that's whispering, the spirit of doubt, whispering to him, you'll never get anything with these cups. These cups are not worth anything. Who are you to think that you could become abundant? But if you were to look around, that is what the frequency of abundance. You sat yourself down at a tree you didn't even realize was bearing so much fruit. And that's where so many of us are right now, in this place of allowing other things to come in. It's some of you, it's other people. For some of you, it's what you watch. You're wanting to prove through the internet, is what I'm hearing, that what it is that you desire can be a reality. You want to hear about other people doing it. You want to see things. So many of you guys are positioned in life where the big challenge for you is the big challenge that spirit is offering to you, and not only you, your entire spirit and your soul at this time in a multi-dimensional way, is, are you ready? Are you ready to claim who you are? Are you ready to go out there and walk this path and honor it? Or will you forget you're on a path in the first place and get lost in the sauce, which I don't really think is going to happen. But you have to be aware and be able to be self-conscious enough to understand when we're sabotaging ourselves, because the spirit of doubt can only come in and speak to us when we are an antenna. When we're calling for her. Do you understand? When we want validation, why? It all goes back to not understanding who we are. Who are we? Why are we here? What is going on with the madness in the world right now? Why is this happening to me? Why is this happening for me would be a better question, but I'm not judging your questions or mine. It's important that we understand who we are. We don't need to know who we are to overstand, to understand, to understand. Understand is better. We don't need to know everything to understand. We just need to move in a way that honors what we already know, which is that we are sentient beings here with a very important job. Look around. How much validation do we need? We have the Dreamer card, a new start, trust yourself, push your fears aside, and take a leap of faith. So many of you are pulled over on the side of the road. Why? Let's find out. Guides, angels, ancestors, thank you so much. Of love and light, ascended masters, thank you. What else can we derive from this reading? Thank you. What other details are wanting to come through? She comes in the hour of harvest. That's what I just heard. She comes in the hour of harvest, the spirit of doubt. This is the time. There's such a huge harvest happening, and this is springtime. So we're going into springtime. We're not technically in spring now, I don't think. But now is the time when all of these things are coming to fruition. So many of you are being asked to stop playing it safe. So many of us. You've come far enough. Why doubt? There's so many excuses. There are not enough hours in the day. I have so many responsibilities. How am I going to make time for meditation? How am I going to make time for journaling? How am I going to make time to sit with myself? A lot of this comes from the work you've already done. And it's just allowing that to live rather than reverting back to your knowledge of yourself based on everything else. And so many of you are so tired, but you don't have to be tired. You don't have to be tired of this work. The reason that you're tired is because you're resisting your natural self, your authentic self. Do not get tired in the last lap, in the last mile. I beg of you. I beg of us. Do not. Yeah, you've lost some strength here. You've lost some confidence in your strength. Definitely some solar plexus work that is needed to be done here, as I feel into my solar plexus and agree. Guides, angels, ancestors, thank you so much. For yes, we have been gifted with beautiful, unique, amazing spiritual souls that have been meant to validate us through this transition in life. Towards the small self to the full encompassing self. But these souls are not always there to validate you, and some things are meant to go unvalidated by anybody outside of yourself, because what lesson does that teach us? Those people were placed as a gift. And sometimes a gift is given and a gift is not. Sometimes a guest comes with a gift and a present, and sometimes they do not, yet we receive them regardless. Because so many of us are wanting to understand where we are at through the lens and the guise and the involvement of others. But there are certain roads that are not meant to be taken with company or in company. Some roads are meant to be taken alone, for they are rewarding in their own unique way. Your relationship with yourself is prime. It comes first, and everything that comes after is built upon it. And the spirit of doubt comes not to throw you off your game, not to harm or hurt you. She is not your enemy. She is an initiator. She's an igniter. She has a very thankless job, and that is to highlight where it is that you have forgotten yourself. Where we, forgive me, have forgotten ourselves. Where within our foundational understanding of ourselves and the world around us do we have distortion around who we are? Because if I gotta ring this bell for you to believe that your bounty is coming, your bounty is here. And when I talk about bounty, like I said, I'm not talking about an individual manifestation. I'm talking about an evolution that makes you a point of attraction for so much more than you could even imagine. This is Judgment Day. But everything that is worth something is not just given and received. It's earned. There's a reason that there are trials and tribulations and graduations. For those things would mean nothing if you could just purchase them. There's so much going on in the world, and we're not just talking about war. We're not just talking about the atrocities that you face on your incarnation at this time. We're also talking about the small things that are occurring with your celebrities, in your pop culture. There's so much that is being reflected back to you, yet what you receive are all lies. Because the spirit of doubt has been amplified by all of you. You give her life and energy. What is doubt? Ask yourselves, what is doubt? Could it be a lack of discernment? Or could it simply be straddling two realities? Straddling two belief systems? We know a lot of you on this planet, you have been trained and programmed and conditioned to want it all and want it all right now. And there's much of this that we would like for you to work in your favor. However, although you can have a very multidimensional view of who you are, meaning you can understand yourself in many different ways, there's some point in one's life where the two cannot occupy the same space. The avatar that was built around your trauma, your fears, your ancestral issues and patterns, and the one that is emerging, clean, clear, wise, strong, aware, awakened. For it does not take one to remember everything of one's past life to be awakened. You do not need to know yourself by knowing every event that has ever occurred in every lifetime, or even knowing every lifetime. You may not even need to know a single other lifetime other than this one. But many of you have been led, many of us have been led in a flow, in a direction that has allowed us to build up all of these different strengths, wisdoms, fortitudes, integrations that have prepared us to embody by just being. Through the present moment, you find your I am through the present. And doubt can only whisper to you from places of the future and past. And she will relish the day where her whispers do not find you. Or when they do, it serves as a reminder to be present again. To give yourself the gift of presence in that moment. Words cannot express how much we are watching in celebration at the edge of our seats, waiting for you all to claim your power, to break free of the ties that bind, the ties that you have set into place, the molds that you have set for yourselves and the avatars that bring you such little fulfillment and satisfaction. Forget about what they think is successful. Forget about what they think is fulfilling. Forget about what they know. I assume we've all heard the saying, the blind leading the blind. Perhaps that is what this is. For when you come to your parents, or to your friends, or to your co-workers, and you explain your grand experiences and plans, their only response and their only reaction can be a knee-jerk one. For even if they are celebrating with you or visually celebrating with you, they are holding thoughts of disbelief, of jealousy. This world is bountiful with beautiful gadgets and tools that are here for you to explore and use for your benefit. But do not allow them to be your cages. Pay attention to your consumption. Some of you are not even able to live in silence. You must have something playing or have something going on. And many of you are going to be disappointed, for the plans you set forward are not going to go the way you want them to. But you will be shown the way. For luck is on your side, but is it the luck you desire? We would say careful what you wish for, but you are not to worry, for what it is that you wish for pales in comparison to what it is your soul is crying out for. Emergence, homecoming, position of authority. So much is going to be changing in this world, and we are trying to prepare you for all of the changes that would seem scary, would seem daunting, would seem apocalyptic, but they are not. The sooner you get acquainted with what it is like to move through the world as your full authentic self, the better. For when these things come, they will not trigger you. You will not be tricked. You will not fall into traps. You will not fall for it. You will know exactly what is right to do, when it's right to do it. And so many of you have been ignoring our calls for so very long, and we're just asking you to pick up the phone. There is no later. There is no next year. There is no when this, when that, when this. It's now. Now, collective. Now. We love you and we see everything that you've worked for. But we need you to put more work into this. We need you to put more strength into this. We need you to not play it halfway. Half-ass. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Both feet in, both feet out. 1 step forward, 2 steps back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Know that you have been prepared through your life to be able to handle this. Look around, collective, the energy astrologically, collectively, the energy that we are holding for you is making it so that this is easy. And it's always been easy, but it's even more easier for you to find this. We are calling to you. We are blowing in your ears. We are itching your ears. We are getting your attention. We are scratching you, not painfully or in a violent way, but we are getting your attention through physical sensations constantly to remind you not to get lost. For if you get lost during this environment and you don't exercise how to stay in alignment, we will watch in the future while you struggle, and we do not wish this to be so. Are you being stubborn? I did not expect this to be a whole channeling, but I'm gonna let it rock because we need it. Well, obviously, I'm very happy. Dearest you, as you think, so will you experience life. Thoughts are that powerful, and they need minding. Let the unruly, chaotic ones settle down so they serve you or get released instead of wreaking havoc. These thoughts arise when connected to the energy of fear and often masquerade as truth. You let the real truth yet the real truth is that essentially all is well. Of course, you have thoughts that are positive, strong, organized, accepting, creative, open, and so on. Then there are the ones that we want you to keep thinking. Those are the ones that we want you to keep thinking, and they have a less frantic quality. They are stimulating in a good way, and don't get away from you. How do you keep an inner eye on thoughts? Meditate and leave judgment out of the mix. Everyone has a fearful thought. Love them, love yourself, and then choose the thoughts you want the world to reflect back. Life is not as hard as you think. Loving you so much. If I were to give a suggestion and you were to take it, this is what I'm about to do. I would say a prayer and go directly into meditation if you can, as soon as you can. Say a prayer asking to see the truth of all things, to see yourself for who and what you are. Ask to be supported in this, ask to be shown the way. And then just breathe. That's all. I don't care if you think you're a bad meditator, do it anyway. You'll still get what you need. I'm so grateful to be able to do this and to be able to hold this space, and that's how far I've come. And y'all know that I've tried and I've stumbled and I've tried and I've stumbled. And it's not about how I come to the table. It's not about all the different ways in which I come out here and do this work. It's about the energy and the being that I'm able to maintain, the state of being that I'm able to maintain when I come. It's about that consistency, and I misunderstood consistency for so long. Consistency is not about sticking to exactly what it is you think you're supposed to do and doing it. Consistency is coming to the table with the same energy. Because y'all know that I have some big, thick energy. And if you don't believe it or you don't see it, I don't care, because I do. And big heart energy, and big soul energy, and all of the big energy. And I'm embodying that, I'm letting that live more and more. And I struggle with doubt myself, because I'm going through a major transition. I'm going to be hitting the road, if you guys don't already know, on April 1st. I'm converting my car into a camper, and I'm going to live off the grid for a little while. I'm going to be filming my videos on location. I'm going to be shooting vlogs for you guys, for me, myself, and I as well. If you resonated with this reading, let me know how. Also, subscribe, click that bell icon. The present is golden.